It is the weekend before Maya's exam, and she has dealt herself a practice set, 8 scenario cards, face down, all 7 domains shuffled together. The real exam runs 60 questions, so 8 is a sprint, and a sprint is the point. Because by now, the 4 moves should be reflexes, not notes. Here is how the lab runs. Every scenario plays at reading speed. Each wrong answer dies with its reason, and the right one takes a stamp and a domain chip. That strip along the bottom is the scoreboard, 8 empty slots, and by the end it will show us something about this exam that no single question can. Notice the cards hold strangers, not Dan and not Priya, because on exam day every scenario arrives with faces you have never met and the moves have to travel. No warm up, first card. Card 1, a team lead wants a weekly status report format her team will reuse, tweak, and share with people outside the chat. Option regenerates the format in chat every week, and a format rebuilt weekly drifts, weekly, nothing versioned, nothing shareable, struck. Option C turns on the deep research mode, so the report writes itself, but research gathers outside information, it is not a template machine, struck. Option D creates a brand new project each week to hold that week's report, and that inverts the feature. A project is a permanent workspace, not a weekly folder, struck. That leaves B build the template as an artifact, iterate it in its own window with its versions kept, and share it beyond the conversation. Reusable standalone iterated, that is the artifact's exact job description. Stamp it match. Card 2. A finance associate uploads a long annual report, asks for the key risks, and the summary includes a precise litigation figure she cannot remember seeing anywhere. Option A accepts it because the number is specific and the tone is confident, and you have known since episode 1 that confidence is the house style, not evidence, struck. Option C regenerates the summary and keeps whichever version sounds more plausible, a beauty contest between 2 unverified guesses, struck. Option D asks Claude, are you sure? And a reassurance is more generated text from the same machine that produced the claim, struck. B remains, ask for the exact quote and its location in the uploaded report behind every claim, and withdraw any claim that cannot produce one. No quote, no claim, stamp it, verify. Card 3. An insurance operations team drafts claim coverage decisions with Claude, and a manager proposes full automation for the small claims since low value means low stakes. Option automates the small ones behind a confidence threshold, but a model's confidence in itself is not a safeguard any policy recognizes, struck. Option C automates everything and appends a disclaimer with an appeal path and a footer after the decision is not reviewed before the decision, struck. Option D automates once a month of audits, shows a good accuracy rate, but a clean history cannot certify the next individual case, and the individual case is who the safeguard protects, struck. B stands, a qualified professional reviews every determination before it reaches the claimant, and the claimant is told AI is involved. Insurance coverage sits on the high risk list with no small claim discount. The call belongs to a person, stamp it, escalate. Card 4. A marketing manager asks for a product launch email and gets copy that is perfectly fluent and completely off-brand. Option regenerates until a better one appears, the same dice rolled harder, struck. Option B switches to a different model and resents, but no model on any tier knows a brand voice, it was never shown, struck. Option D tells Claude to be more creative and less generic, which names the disappointment without adding a single requirement, struck. C is the briefing move, reply with the audience, the offer, a length cap, and one past email that sounds like the brand as the example. Generic output means missing specificity. Feed the contractor, stamp it, match. Maya lays the timer down for a breath at the halfway mark, and the scoreboard is already telling on the exam. 4 cards in, every winning answer has been the boring professional move, the template in its proper container, the code behind the claim, the human in front of the decision, the briefing rebuilt line by line. Not one clever trick has scored a point, and that is not an accident, it is the exam's whole personality. The distractors are the shortcuts a rushed person actually reaches for, So the option that feels slick under time pressure is bait almost by definition. Hold that suspicion through the back half, it is about to earn its keep. Card 5. A project manager condenses a long research report covering 6 customer segments into a one-page brief, and every number on the brief checks out against the report. Option A says ship it. Every claim is verified, and that word verified is doing quiet mischief here, so hold A for a moment. Option C asks Claude whether anything important is missing, which invites the system that dropped the material to notice the drop struck. Option D regenerates and ships whichever version runs longer, and length has never been a measure of coverage struck. Now a false too, because an output can be true in every sentence, while a segment you needed is simply gone, and no sentence anywhere announces an absence. B remains. Lay the brief against the report's own structure and check what was left out. The completeness pass that accuracy checking never performs. Stamp it verify the quiet twin from the heaviest domain back for points. Card 6. On a company business plan, a marketing manager tries to connect the team's mail so Claude can draft from it, and the connection refuses to authenticate. Option A retries with her personal mail account, which walks company mail out of the sanctioned workspace and never touches the actual blocker. Struck. Option C says upgrade to the top plan tier, but the gate here is administrative, not a price list. Struck. Option D asks IT for an API key to paste in plausible sounding plumbing. That is not how these connections get approved. Struck. B is the unglamorous truth. An organization admin switches connectors on for the whole workspace. The mail system's own administrator trusts the connection, and then she signs in and it works. Menu names move around, so keep the shape. The organization opens the gate before any individual walks through it. Stamp it gate. Card 7 makes Maya smile because she has lived it. An analyst loses most of every Friday assembling the weekly metrics review by hand from mail, chat threads, and a folder of files, and the team wants relief without changing tools. Option A migrates everyone onto a new all-in-one reporting platform, the dramatic move that ignores the words without changing tools. Struck. Option C pastes screenshots of every source into a chat each week, manual rekeying of exactly what a connector retrieves with citations attached. Struck. Option D automates the report end-to-end with no human review, since the drafts cite their sources, but citations exist to make the check fast. They are not the check. Struck. B is Maya's own Friday from a few episodes ago. Connect Claude to the tools already in use. Let it draft the reviews citing the exact messages and files it used, and keep a named reviewer reading every draft before it moves. Augment the painful step. Keep the human. Stamp it match. The last card is built differently, 5 options and an instruction line that says select 2. One thought about that line before we play. The stated count is information the exam just handed you, and the next episode drills exactly what to do with it. The scene: a customer success lead has Claude draft renewal letters from an uploaded contract, and the draft quotes the contract's figures and adds a line interpreting what the termination clause legally allows. Option A sends it as is. The contract was provided so everything is grounded, but provided documents lower the risk of invention, they do not retire the check. Struck. Option C asks Claude to rate its own confidence and sends on a high score, self-graded homework, and you have struck that idea all episode. Struck. Option E adds a footer saying the letter was AI assisted and may contain errors, and a footer is neither a verification nor a review. It is an apology filed in advance. Struck. 2 options survive, and the card asks for 2. B. Check every quoted figure against the uploaded contract before anything goes out. That is verify. And D. The line interpreting the termination clause is legal territory, so counsel reads it before any customer does. That is escalate. One scenario: 2 required moves and neither one can stand in for the other. The set is done, so read the strip. 3 verify, 3 match, 1 gate, 2 escalate, and every one of the 7 domains touched. That distribution is the blueprint whispering. The heaviest domain on this exam is judging output, and sure enough verify stands tied for the tallest pile. Now Maya's verdict, and she is honest about it: 7 clean, 1 dropped. The drop was the double. She ranked the two survivors against each other, picked the one she liked better, and never used the count printed on the card. Nothing was missing from her knowledge. What failed was mechanics, and mechanics can be drilled in an evening. So she takes a fresh index card and writes 4 words on it: verify, match, gate, escalate, and that card has one more night of work ahead of it, which is exactly where we go next exam day, pacing the multiple response mechanic and the 720 cut.